Out in front, shot, score! It's a 2-goal lead here in the third period for the Kraken as the final horn will sound here at Ball Arena. And the Seattle Kraken, the first playoff win in franchise history, and it is a statement win on the road for Seattle.
A dream start for the Seattle Kraken, stealing a playoff win on the road against the defending champs, the Colorado Avalanche, and they hope to continue that momentum tonight in Game 2.
So Fox 13 Sports Director Aaron Levine joining us from Denver, where Game 2 is going to be played. Aaron, good to have you this morning here. What does this Kraken team need to do to replicate Tuesday's performance?
Yeah, they just need to keep up the same intensity and execution that they did on Tuesday night. If Tuesday night was about making a statement, tonight is more about executing and really capitalizing on an enormous opportunity. To steal 2 games on the road against the defending Stanley Cup champions would be a huge advantage for the Kraken coming back to Seattle with a 2-0 lead for games 3 and 4. Now, yesterday was more of a rest day than anything. It was spent mostly at the team hotel, in team meetings, and giving their bodies time to recover from a highly physical game on Tuesday. That's why Coach Dave Haxtell canceled practice. It was also a chance for the team to flip the page from Game 1 to Game 2. That's the term Haxtell used to describe going one game to the next in a 7-game series where momentum can change quickly.
That mental sharpness, that'll be there. You know, our group has been pretty consistent, pretty driven, so that will be there. Now it's a matter of carrying that through and making sure that we're ready to execute at a real good level, at a high level.
There's going to be highs and lows in the series. There always is. The biggest thing for us is not to get too high. I think we know our opponent over there. We know the team that they have, and obviously this is a new experience for us as a team. There's a lot of individuals on this team who have been in long runs of won cups, and I think that's important that we have that experience, but you know, it's just about getting back to ground level.
Now, I will say this, there's a definite motivation these guys seem to have from playing the reigning champions, and if Philip Grubauer's play was any indication on Tuesday night, there's even more incentive for him going up against his former team. Now, the Kraken have a chance to become the first expansion team in NHL history to win their first 2 playoff games on the road, and it just so happens to be here inside Ball Arena, where the Kraken are a perfect 3 for 3 this season. You see a couple of the Colorado Avalanche skaters on the ice behind me now. They're going to have their morning skate. The Kraken have their morning skate at 11:30, and after that we will hear from head coach Dave Haxtell and the players. Bring that for you before the puck drops at 6:30 Seattle time, at 7:30 local time here in Denver, Colorado. Reporting from inside Ball Arena, Aaron Levine, Fox 13 Sports.
And as you mentioned, Aaron, a lot of playoff experience on this roster. I'm curious if the guys shared their experiences from different teams and then brought that into a cohesive whole here in Seattle with this group.
Yeah, they've definitely mentioned it, having meetings with some of the guys who have not been previously in playoffs. They've had the meetings inside the locker room talking about their experiences, but at the end of the day, it's just hockey. There is a quiet confidence inside that locker room. They believe, and almost I feel like they know something inside the locker room that people outside and the pundits don't know. Again, they feel like if they can continue to do what they did throughout the regular season, and of course what they did on Tuesday night, they're going to be a dangerous team. In terms of what happens tonight, they need to limit the momentum shifts in the game. I'll mention in the first period the other night, when the Kraken scored the first goal, all the energy was sucked outside that building for the next 9 minutes. But when Colorado killed the power play and scored the equalizer, it was like they had awoken a sleeping giant. The Kraken have to focus on maintaining or basically making sure that that doesn't happen tonight, and making sure that if they have the momentum, to keep the momentum so the crowd doesn't get into it. Because the other 2 Western Conference playoff games last night, the road teams won games 1, and then the home teams won at games 2 to split those series. So if the Kraken can come home with a 2-0 lead, that will be huge for Saturday night for Game 3 in Seattle.
That would be major.
Yeah, oh, man, can you even imagine? Aaron Levine live in Denver. Thank you. We will check back with you. And this is exactly how you drew it up, Brian McMillan, because you whiteboarded it out,
coach,
and you said we win the first
Brian
2 in
McMillan?
Denver.
That's right.
We come back home, and then we win those 2, and we end this thing. We just sweep them right out. That's a perfect strategy.
That's right. And then we get everybody healthy and feeling good for round 2 of the playoffs.
Right.
It's a really, you know, it's a
brilliant
simple
plan.
but brilliant plan.
It really is. is. It's brilliant.
So let's take game 2 tonight. Let's do that.